It's the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the New Orleans Pelicans going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. Well, for the Grizzlies, the game tonight marks their second of 4 meetings they will play this season, and they come into this one feeling pretty good after winning the last time they met. And a true star on display tonight, as we'll get a chance to see Anthony Davis. He does so much out there. Shaq, what makes him so difficult to match up with?
Before I answer that question, Ernie, I want you to rub my hand.
I will do nothing of the sort.
Ernie, trust me.
Trust
I
him.
needed to
There.
make my point.
I'm just touching your hand.
Feel that, Ernie?
Yes, I do.
It's like his jump shot, silky and soft.
Ooh,
he can get it over anyone. Stop touching me now, Ernie. He also can put it on the floor and beat most players his size off the dribble. But that jumper reminds me of my skin, silky, sexy, and smooth.
Wow, I'm glad I'm 2 seats away. But I'll tell you what, he simply moves better than most people at his position. You know, his fluidity, his footwork, second to none in that position. And yes, silky smooth. I don't know, Ernie, you can only attest to this, like Shaq's hands and skin, but very so. Very good.
Oh, look, all I can say right now is I wish I were anywhere but here.
Coming at you from beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana, as the Pelicans prepare to take the court. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. And on the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. And for the Memphis Grizzlies, guys, they come in off that loss to the Lakers.
And hard to say whether it was the game plan defensively that let them down or just the inability to really bring the fire on that side of the ball.
I think it was a little bit of both. Just no heart really on the defensive end. That's what cost them.
So the Pelicans win the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. They've got Marc Gasol. Green is out there with Chandler Parsons. Then there's Allen. And it's Baldwin in at the 1 spot. And with some time here tonight, we'll explore a question that's been a hot topic for a while now in the NBA. Steve, do you feel the NBA should do something to prevent a heck of whoever strategy that can slow down, bog down these games?
You know, I don't want to take it away. If you're a bad free throw shooter and you're playing, you got to use the rule. But I think the rule has to come where it's not slowing down the game. I think, well, you get to a certain number, 2 shots and the ball. I think that'll change the way teams play the hacker, whoever.
It's not pleasing to watch. I get the strategy. I appreciate the strategy. But visually, it's tough to watch.
It is. But some of these guys, you got to get in the gym and start knocking down some free throws. Start working on them.
Good point. Now here's Allen, following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. Green dishes to Allen. Baldwin can't get it to go.
Had the layup. No one really contested him. Missed opportunity.
Here's Thompson. It's rebounded by Memphis. Last time they met was in Memphis.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
Having that spark off the bench really helped them the last time these two teams battled. We'll see if it'll be there for them again.
Now here is Holiday. Really struggled in the loss against Oklahoma City. Pass to Parsons. The feed to Gasol. And the rejection by Cousins. Here's Cunningham, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. The Grizzlies have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Earlier, David Aldridge had a chance to speak with head coach Alvin Gentry. D.A., what'd you find out?
Well, Kevin, you know these two teams are pretty even statistically and record-wise. Coach said it'll come down to effort and which side wants it more. Well, we'll see what happens tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. So it really could come down to the coaching matchup.
You know, in terms of talent, these teams really are evenly matched, and that could really force it to boil down to which decisions are made by the coaching staff.
Allen. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Tony Allen can be effective taking it to the cup, using that herky-jerky motion of his to get as close to the rim as possible. Tony Allen, and I know best, calling one of his games, he motioned over to us at the table, letting us know he was first team all defense, one of the best perimeter defenders we have in this league.
And Tony Allen takes up all your airspace as Stevie's just suffocated.
A lot of guys play defense, but Tony Allen, like you said, he wants to get right in your airspace. He forces a lot of turnovers, and he's never shy about making some contact. He was voted the toughest player in the league by a survey of the GMs.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Parsons outside. To the middle. Here's Gasol. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The Pelicans have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. And Davis throws it down.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Here's Baldwin. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Count it.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And Holiday kicks to Thompson. New Orleans moving it around. Outside Holiday. Here's Davis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
He certainly has it early on. He came out with some energy tonight.
Now here's Parsons. 11 points for him in that last game against the Lakers.
He kind of went through the motions on that last attempt. Be aggressive. Attack.
Holiday, the pass to Davis. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And the three off target. And Green now, top of the key. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, when you have injuries, they create opportunities, and JaMychal Green took advantage of this. There's a guy that's played in the D-League and in France, but he's had pretty much, I would say, in 2016, a breakout season for him.
And Green played mostly in the paint in Alabama, but he's showing Steve he can shoot with range here in the pros.
Well, JaMychal is adding that. Very long, has a lot of athleticism, but the one thing you love about him, his face-up game is getting better and better. The Memphis Grizzlies, as we know, the Grizzlies have been grit and grind, slowing the basketball up, pounding it inside. But you have to ask the question, are they behind the curve the way the league is playing right now?
And the Pelicans making a change here. Monty Eunice has checked in. And both free throws good for Green. And the Grizzlies' high water mark was in 2013 when they won 56 games in the regular season. And then Steve made it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yes, this team has age and they've had some injuries, but I still think it's time to create more roster versatility. They need to adapt to different styles and make sure the matchups work to their advantage.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And Gasol is just a big boy in the paint. There's not much you can do outside of fouling him when he has the ball in a good spot.
Grizzlies have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. That one drops. He ties it up. And right around the 2016 All-Star break, Marc Gasol's season was cut short. Broke a bone in his right foot, had surgery, and Stevie was gone for the rest of the season.
That's a huge blow for the Grizzlies because that's losing their best player. And a guy that's 7'1", he's done everything right, lost a lot of weight, but sometimes those 7-footers, they put a lot of strain on those lower extremities. Marc Gasol offensively so gifted, comfortable on the low block, at the elbow, shooting a jump shot, and also passing the basketball.
And Steve, you mentioned Gasol's passing. 2 seasons ago, he was second among centers and assists.
I mean, he is one of the best in the business because he can see the play develop early. He can shoot the basketball, but he loves making those zip passes through the lane.
The free throw drops for Cousins. And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them. And DeMarcus Cousins, such a polarizing figure for coaches and fans alike. And this is dating back to his college days, even at Kentucky.
Yeah, maturing some, but obviously that fire burns bright within him. His passion is what helps fuel that production, especially when you start comparing him to other true centers.
On defense, New Orleans. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist from Parsons.
Marc Gasol is a workhorse down deep, just rising up and throwing it down.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tony Allen. That is his first foul of the game. Thompson is double. Dishes it to Cousins. To the wing right side. Holiday.
You know, even though he's been off the mark this quarter, he's trying not to let it shake his confidence.
And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. Here's Cousins. What a 24-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
He really made a concerted effort to help in the rebounding department. He made his presence felt on the boards.
Now here's Parsons. Following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins, Gasol dishes to Green. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Monty Eunice.
And for the Pelicans, to me, one of the things that's kept them out of the upper echelon are really a couple things. It's been their struggles on the defensive end and injuries. I mean, this is a team that has the length and the athleticism, and that's an area where you knew they could make some improvement. So last season was a bit of a disappointment.
And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. And for the Pelicans, great length in the front court. Greg, where do they need to get better defensively?
Kevin, I think the wing spots, that's where they really need a stopper. They had more offensively oriented players out there, and with the rise of the 3-ball, length and tenacity on the perimeter becomes so important.
Good point. That one misses.
Injuries are to every team, but the Grizzlies were hit bad last season. They cycled through 28 players. That was an NBA record.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. To the inside.
He is so out of his element right now. Hasn't made a shot all quarter. I feel for him.
Here's Holiday. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Holiday's got 5 points so far. So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. And so unfortunate, the Grizzlies last year, a walking mash unit. They still found a way, though, Steve, to make it to the playoffs despite all the injuries.
They found a way to pull it together. They have a great blend of vets that help the young guys. They never quit, not even up to the final buzzer. That's Grizzlies basketball.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
A great timeout call there to make some changes and get the momentum back in his team's favor.
Omer Ashe, he's checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Memphis trailing here. Here's Baldwin. Outside, Green. Parsons on the wing. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Parsons got himself on the board with 3 there.
And that's how Parsons makes his living. Great shooter off the catch.
Passes to Motiejunas. The kick out to Holiday. Thompson passes to Ashe. New Orleans moving the ball around. Allen shot is off. New Orleans gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And Holiday kicks to Thompson. The dish to Holiday. Holiday with another miss. And the Grizzlies shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Here's Green, and Ashe sends it back. Wow! And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. And Allen with the block. Fast break Memphis. Here's Green, and it's Green with the jam.
But what about the athletic ability of Green? A real powerhouse who just knows how to bring the hammer down.
And Thompson gets it to go.
And he's got more height than you typically see at the off-guard position, and that size comes in handy, as we saw on that play.
Here's Baldwin. Gasol is screen on Holiday. Baldwin the pass to Gasol. Can't hit from 12. The Pelicans trail, and the call will be against Chandler Parsons. That's his first foul. So for the Pelicans, Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Cunningham. Pondexter comes in for Hollis Thompson. And Moore is subbed in for Drew Holiday. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Zach Randolph, he's checked in for Green. Carter comes in for Chandler Parsons. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Allen. And it's Harrison in for Baldwin. Now here's Ashe. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Down low. Here's Motiejunas. Tries again. And the layup is good. Motiejunas has got it all tied up now for the Pelicans.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Pass to Carter. He dishes it to Daniels. Deflects the pass. Motiejunas with the steal. Hill gets to Motiejunas. Three-pointer. Second chance shot. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Memphis.
And you see not a lot of corner threes. The defense doing a good job of closing out and denying those shorter distance triples. That's what the smart teams have to do.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
Well, E'Twaun Moore is one of those guys that I love. Undersized, maybe at the 2 spot or at the 3, but he plays the 1, the 2, the 3, and he has a very, very smooth-looking shot.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. White's checked in. And he makes the first, but misses the second. And with Moore, you like how he'll poke and prod at the defense to create space for himself and even others. Also creates for his teammates, like I say, if they bite on that fake.
What you love about E'Twaun Moore, undersized as a 2, but he can get it done. But offensively, he can play a little bit of 1. He can play off the basketball. He just does all the little things for your team.
Here's Daniels. He's been patient so far. Nothing. Last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. Fifth on the list, the Pelicans.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
Free throw good from Daniels. Well, fast break buckets are high percentage shots, but the game tends to grind down in the playoffs. You were just talking about this. What's the key to efficient half-court offense?
You know, I think, Kevin, you get a chance to see some of these teams run their offense, but the ball just stays on one side. You got to get the defense moving around so they can have some confusion so you can get some easy looks.
Yeah, keeping that, moving the ball side to side, keeping that defense moving. Easier said sometimes than done. I mean, you've got to have unselfishness on that floor.
You know, it's so many great players. Sometimes they look and say, I can make the play. But you got to just move that basketball to a better play.
Now, here's Eunice. 11 points last game. Here's Pondexter, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Ashik. This past month, he's really set himself apart. He's averaging 8 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Gentlemen, two shots. Loose shots.
And the first one drops. And for NBA teams, the hardest thing to do is to get superstar talent, obviously. The Pelicans have that in Anthony Davis. How, Greg, do you think they build around him?
Well, a big part of it is just him staying healthy. I mean, we all know this is the team that's had horrible luck in that regard. Now they're shaping personnel to fit the new coaching staff. A bit more shooting, more depth. I think that's going to be key.
Last outing for the New Orleans Pelicans. It was a loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Not something we see too often. Just one of those days for them, I guess.
For Memphis, they have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight. 6 of 9 to be exact. And the free throw, no good.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Hill dishes to Usher. Feeds it to Pondexter. New Orleans moving it around. Here's Hill. Sweet little floater. And the Pelicans lead by 1.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
They are showing a lot of grit and grind, doing a nice job. Both teams going back and forth at each other.
Here's Daniels. Here's Randolph. And no good as it rattles out. New Orleans has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
The Pelicans have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good. And when Coach Fizdale came to Memphis, he did so because he thought this team was very close to getting to the next level. Makes sense, as that is why the Grizzlies, Smitty, have looked to a different coach in the first place.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think he left Miami to rebuild. I mean, he had South Beach and everything. You just don't want to leave that. I think for him, as he looked at it, is we have some veteran presence on the Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies can win now. It's not time for a full rebuild.
Here's Harrison. Here's Wright. Eunice grabs the miss. Eunice has got his 4th rebound in this one. And Hill has it in the corner. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from Randolph.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
Absolutely. Prevented an easy bucket. Fantastic D.
1:03 left in the first quarter. They get it back. Another shot. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Zach Randolph, so smart with his pump fake, effectively fooling his man and simply going right up into the contact. Zach Randolph has a throwback type of game. Always in the post, not a lot of athleticism, but he gets it done.
The first one falls. And Randolph not the quickest or the most explosive, but he is strong.
He's a load inside. You add his skill and his savviness, he'll just find a way to score inside. He's a lefty with great footwork, and he has a soft touch.
And he can't hit the second.
You know, over the years, Zach Randolph has proven to be the perfect leader. He commands respect, and he gets it from his teammates.
For New Orleans, they have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
And that one misses.
The Grizzlies' identity. They hang their hat on defense, rebounding the basketball, taking care of the basketball better than their opponents, and they set themselves apart during that great run with those 3 things.
And last season, the Grizzlies with the best turnover differential in the NBA, but their defense and rebounding fall very short of their usual mark. You expect so much, and it wasn't close.
Hard to know how much was age and how much was injury. They need to defend and generate extra possessions because their offense is not going to carry them. Well, he certainly came out swinging. Only the first period, he's already picked up 2 fouls. Might need to ease up a bit now.
Quincy Poindexter. 2 shots. He hits the second from the line. That'll be a 5-second call. Here's Moniunas, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Inside, here's Hushik. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And the Pelicans lead by 5.
Boy, can he finish in the paint. That's one thing we know he's good at.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kicks it to Daniels. Randolph against Hushik. Can't hit that one.
Tried to lay it in against some tough defense. Probably not the best decision right there.
On the wing hill, he kicks it to Hushik. And there's the pass to Moniunas. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. And we reached the end of the first quarter. New Orleans on top as they wrap up the first quarter on a 14-5 run. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you guys think?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own that paint and just dominate the backboard.
They are really fighting for position on every shot release, so they are prepared for the rebound. Fantastic work ethic.
So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Brandon Wright is out there with Carter. Then it's Zach Randolph, and it's Daniels in at the 2-guard spot. Here is Daniels. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Not good shot selection. Long range and the defender all up in your jersey.
If you're the defender, you're like, yes, take that shot. I'll play the percentages.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, the Grizzlies are starting to show their age a little bit. Last season was an example of that, but they still have that throwback style of play that's hard to gauge. Marc Gasol said, the game is evolving, and we as players and as a team have to evolve. We have to change things and adjust. We need tweaks and counters from game to game and year to year. Kevin?
All right, DA, they know they needed more shooting.
Brandon Wright, a Tennessee native, throughout his career, he's had some knee injuries, but he's one of those guys that at times can wow you with his athleticism, very good of offensive rebounding, and has a good knack of being able to find the basketball.
First one falls for him. And Brandon Wright, an outstanding finisher around the basket. Terrific in the screen rolls.
Long arms and a soft touch. One of those guys, as you see him, he grabs everything, he catches everything, and he finishes well over the top.
Hollis Thompson's checked in for New Orleans. And Memphis also making a switch. Baldwin's checked in. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And Smitty, you were just starting in the league when NBA basketball games were becoming what they are today in the 90s. The popularity of the game has just increased so substantially. Was it strange to see yourself being portrayed in video games as we see now? And how did you react to it?
You know, very humbling, Kevin, to get a chance to see yourself, your name being called in the video game. But what I did like, Kevin, I was so skinny. The video game had me looking buff with muscles and everything. So I like that.
You look pretty good right now.
Yeah, that's because you're my friend.
And that one's good. Daniels.
The defense is pretty much helpless once he finds breathing room to get to the basket.
Moore outside. Carter against Hill. Inside, Cousins, rejected by Randolph. Carter, the pass to Baldwin. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Those types of shots are low quality. You're not going to win too many friends on that one.
And he's missed every single shot he's attempted today, but somehow they're still in the lead.
He couldn't have played it better. There was just enough room to get the shot off.
And Moore kicks to Cousins. Davis sets a screen. Moore inside. He feeds it to Cousins. It's Hill on the wing. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Moore outside. Shot to stop the drought. Hill, no good. Grizzlies have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. You see a chart here for the shooting performance so far.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. Some changes for New Orleans. Cunningham comes in for Hill, and it's Holiday in for E'Twaun Moore. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Marc Gasol's checked in for Randolph. Chandler Parsons comes in for Brandon Wright. And Tony Allen subbed in for Daniels. Carter hits them both. New Orleans has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And Holiday kicks to Cousins. Cousins with a screen on Carter. Outside Holiday. Clock at 6. Cousins dishes to Cunningham. Thompson for 3. That one doesn't go. Excellent D there from Allen. Lets the 3 fly. but they'll get another chance. And it's Carter missing. The Pelicans trail. To the inside, Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
High basketball IQ right there. Saw his teammate had the advantage, so he got him the rock and let him go to work.
Carter outside to the left side wing. Lets it go from 14. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Carter.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Outside Holiday. Screen by Cousins. Holiday, the pass to Davis. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Such a unique offensive player as Anthony Davis. Maybe not as skilled, perhaps, as Durant, but they both have that elasticity to just stretch out and finish over the top.
And Davis a little bigger, a little stronger than, say, a Durant. More of an interior game, but as he develops, we're seeing him stretch his range out beyond the arc. And for both him and Durant, I don't think you set any limits on what they can do offensively. You just got to give those guys the green light.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Carter. He hits the second from the line.
And it's pretty impressive seeing how Anthony Davis has been able to put on muscle since he came into the league. A skinny 215-pounder when he came in. He says the extra strength has been a big factor in terms of his growth as a player.
Good point. Holiday, no one around him. Thompson with the bucket. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Here's Baldwin. Outside Gasol. Allen kicks to Gasol. Pass to Green. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one on Davis. And one of the things, Greg, that's been impressive to watch about Anthony Davis's development, he continues to put the time in, work in, staying in the weight room. You talked about it before, adding that muscle.
Great point. And you knew he had the frame to carry more weight. Just look at those broad shoulders. A lot of it actually is just eating more. He had to make sure he was eating the right things. But after that, it was about eating in volume.
Our kind of guy.
Yeah.
You've got to love the journey JaMychal Green has taken to get into the league, really clawing his way into this team's rotation thanks to his tremendous work ethic.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Pondexter's checked in. He's off on the second. Steve, you were such a terrific three-point shooter in your day back in that 2001-2002 season. You led the league, in fact, in three-point percentage. You and I were having a conversation about great three-point shooters a little while ago. Did you ever think that shot would make the mark in the league that it has now made with the Currys and the Klay Thompsons and the way they're firing from distance?
You know what, Kevin, I shot it well that year. Tim Duncan, give him a lot of credit, and David Robinson. They drew a lot of double teams. But they're not shooting the three ball right now. I shot right around that line. These guys are shooting so far out, still with a high percentage and with a lot of volume. It's unbelievable what these guys are doing now with the three ball.
Would you play differently now with the league the way it is now than you did when you played the game?
Yeah, I'd be a stretch four.
Yeah,
I mean, you start to look at
right.
it, probably wouldn't be playing a point guard position, probably be a stretch four.
Here's Baldwin. Following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. And there's the feed to Gasol. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound.
He just looks uncomfortable offensively, really over the course of the whole game, and is killing his team.
Thompson for 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Gasol's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons. Green's got 8 points.
You know, JaMychal Green is extremely gifted down low. A solid post threat who can get the job done down there.
And clearly, he's in a lot of pain. They call time, and the trainer's going to get a chance to go out and check him over.
And let's take a look at some numbers for Parsons. He's getting around 16 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
New Orleans in the lead. Screen by Cousins. Outside Holiday. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, you think about DeMarcus Cousins. Every time you feel like he's kind of nearing his ceiling, he just explodes through it. I mean, some of the stat lines he put up, they're legendary. And if he weren't already difficult enough to defend, last year he added the ability to stroke that three-pointer. I mean, you're talking about a 7-footer with the complete repertoire on the offensive end.
Omer Ashe, he's checked in for the Pelicans. And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them. And talking about Cousins' new outside shot, he hadn't taken more than 22 three-pointers in an entire season before last year. Wow, quite a change.
Yeah, everything Cousins is doing skill-wise on the money. Maybe you'd like for him to shoot for a higher field goal percentage, but that could be nitpicky. The important thing is the total effect he has on his team.
Here's Pondexter, following the basket by Marc Gasol. Screen by Cousins. Holiday goes in. Cousins, no one around him. That's short off the rim.
When you're that wide open from a very makeable distance, you have to come away with points.
Allen, that's good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
New Orleans has gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Holiday dishes to Pondexter from 11 feet away. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 6 assists here tonight. Here's Baldwin. Now Green passes it to Baldwin. And stolen by Cousins. Holiday with it. Down low, Ashik, the pass to Pondexter. Here's Cousins. He hits it from 9. And it's a 3-point Pelican lead.
He is just getting hotter as the game goes along, building on a strong start. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second quarter.
Dishes it to Allen. Pass to Gasol. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Gasol's got 6 in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pondexter kicks to Cunningham. Now the dish to Cousins. Lets it go from deep. Bangs home the trifecta. Cousins has got 13 points.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Gasol a screen. Here's Parsons. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And Chandler Parsons returning from that hybrid microfracture knee surgery to start last season. That doesn't sound very good, does it, partner? But they said the injury was in the best possible spot. And, you know, while he was on a minutes limitation for a while, he bounced back nicely and only got stronger as the season wore on. It's really good to see this young man flourishing out on the floor because he is going to be very valuable to the success for this team.
He misses the free throw. And Parsons, a player who had logged heavy minutes with his time with the Houston Rockets last season, for the first time, playing under a minutes restriction.
Yeah, and that was in the past, but he's proven his value. He's a guy you want to keep healthy and on the floor.
Monty Eunice is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. So he comes up empty at the line.
Chandler Parsons gives you a little bit of everything. He can dribble it, he can shoot it, he can pass it. A very versatile player.
He dishes it to Green. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Solomon Hill, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Etuan Moore comes in for Drew Holiday. And Memphis also making a switch. Zach Randolph is checked in for Marc Gasol. Free throw good, Green. Not one of the biggest free agency moves of the past offseason, but had high impact with Chandler Parsons coming over to the Grizzlies. And, you know, Gia, you look at his skill set, and he fits right in with what Memphis is trying to do.
Yeah, I think overall Memphis had a great offseason. You know, in acquiring Parsons and retaining Conley. Memphis hadn't had a lot of luck luring big free agents in the past, and Parsons is perhaps one of their biggest gets as a franchise. And for Parsons, he gets a good deal for himself and continues to play for a team that has always been competitive.
And here's Parsons following Monty Eunice's through. Parsons dishes to Green, and it's Green with the jam.
So far, Jermichael has his name all over this game. He is taking smart shots and not forcing anything out there.
New Orleans has gone for the three-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Outside Hill from deep. And it's Randolph with the rebound. Randolph's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Allen. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Allen's got 8 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And here is Pondexter. 8 points for him. Screen by Asik. And it's Moore penetrating. Randolph grabs the board.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Beautiful pick. Ugly shot.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Really bad mental lapse by the defense, yet he did not make them pay, surprisingly.
And doing much better now in that first quarter, converting less than 30% of their field goal opportunities, bouncing back nicely here in the second.
Now here's Moore. Feeds it to Monty Eunice. Moore outside. Shot clock at 5. Beyond the arc. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Allen drives in. Can't get it to fall.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
And that kind of tier of defense is crucial to any team's success. Gotta defend the paint.
Here's Harrison. Following the basket by Monty Eunice. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Picked by Randolph. Here's Parsons. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Parsons can be very tricky when he goes at a defender. Knows how to draw fouls.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First free throw is good.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Now here's Moore. Kicks it to Monty Eunice. 1 second left. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him.
Brandon Wright is a guy that puts a lot of effort into his defense. If he can't block a shot, he's at least contesting shooters as they go up.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Memphis out in front, up 1. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Zach, how did you guys get back on top of this game?
Just getting stops. You know, getting stops, get out in transition, get to the basket, guys getting shots, and we getting stops. So we just got to keep on playing defense and let everything else take care of itself.
That's how you guys roll. Thanks, Zach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you back. Shaquille O'Neal is right there. Kenny the Jet Smith is right there. And this here is the halftime report. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. They did give up a couple baskets more than they wanted to, and at the end of the period, were trailing by 5 points. In the second quarter, they erased what had been a fairly big deficit at one point, and now here they are sitting on a 1-point halftime lead. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
Well, I like that they're aggressively going to the rack. That establishes an attitude, a certain toughness. They just need to stay committed to their game plan.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans?
Well, they shot under 40% in the half. That tells the story right there. The defense deserves some credit for disrupting them a little bit, but they need to counteract with more creativity on offense. Fewer isolations, more movement, better shot selection.
And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Welcome back, folks. Downtown New Orleans shining brightly tonight, as you can see from this bird's eye view. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. So it's the Grizzlies now. They lead by 1. They host the 76ers after this game. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Monty out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Thompson. Then there's Cunningham. And it's Holiday in at point guard. That's Alvin Gentry's 5 as we get into the second half.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Count it. Good.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
Yeah, he's one of those players. He operates at a different speed versus the defense.
And stolen by Cousins. For the lead, Cunningham's shot is off. And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting in this game 45%. Allen inside. He's covered by Thompson. Nice D from Cousins. Holiday, the pass to Cunningham. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
And the rejection by Cousins. Here's Monty. They grab their own miss. Cousins, no good.
See, when you're going into the teeth of the defense, you have to go harder. Soft lay-in won't cut it.
Here's Green, a second chance effort, and he sinks the layup. Green's got 15 points.
He has a nose for the glass and a sixth sense in terms of how to read the angles.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Mike Conley, the point guard, keeps a very stoic disposition on the court. He said so much of the game is mental, and that's one thing that I've always wanted to be good at. Never let your opponent see that you're in duress. So if I make a big game-time bucket or if I miss a shot, you'll see the same mannerisms. I move on to the next play. Real poker face, Kevin.
I like that attitude, D.A. Thank you. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Oniuna's no luck. Memphis leading. Gasol, a screen on Holiday. Nobody near Allen. And he's good on the 3-ball. 13 points in the game.
At 7'1", 255 pounds, Gasol is a great screener. Not easy to get around.
And Cousins kicks to Thompson. There's the pass to Monty. Cousins with a screen for Monty. The shot by Thompson, no good.
Well, no one's scoring off that screen. That was terrible.
Here's Baldwin, guarded by Holiday. Allen's shot is off.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Holiday dishes to Monty. Thompson outside. Cousins, the pass to Montejunas. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Montejunas has got 4 this quarter. Here's Baldwin. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. And a chance now to review the shot chart.
And this is a bit of a nightmare game for him thus far. Just nothing working, and it has to be affecting his confidence. He just doesn't look like the player he normally is out there, and you can see it in his body language after every missed shot. Boy, this is tough.
Here's Baldwin. Inside, Parsons.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Allen with the rebound. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Gasol kicks to Allen. He gets it in there. Allen's got 15 points.
Tony Allen fights hard for every bucket he gets. When he gets going, his confidence soars.
No good from Cousins.
Right now, he's trying to find the mark. Unfortunately, he's starting to feel a little bit desperate.
The steal. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. It's good. He has 7.
Really good ball movement there in transition.
The Grizzlies have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Green, the screen. Here's Baldwin. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Cousins has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Holiday dishes to Montejunas. For the tie, and it's laid in by Cousins. Cousins has got it all tied up now for New Orleans.
What a warrior. He is showing once again why he is one of the best in the game at coming up with the second chance buckets.
Good looking screen by Gasol. Pass to Parsons, and stolen by Cousins. 3 on 3 for the lead, and Gasol sends it back.
Gasol with those long arms is a shot blocking expert, especially down low.
Davis is checked in for Montejunas, and Memphis also making a switch. Carter's checked in. Thompson kicks to Cousins, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
A moment now to see the numbers for Marc Gasol. This last month, he's been positively spectacular, putting up about 22 points per, 13 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
Now here's Allen. 15 points in the game. He kicks it to Green. Stolen by Thompson. Inside, here's Holiday, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Holiday's got 9.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
And out of Georgetown University, Hollis Thompson, a 3-point specialist and shooting guard.
Yeah, how about a lanky 6'8"? He's got great length for the position, and that helps him defensively. Primarily a catch-and-shoot guy, not someone you want to rely on to create his own shot.
Here is Davis, following the score by Memphis. Cousins inside. He's up against Gasol. Count it. And that's 19 points here for Cousins.
And boy, did he go straight at the defender on that possession. Didn't bother him at all.
Allen with the screen for Carter. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And Cousins kicks to Holiday. Screen by Cousins. Holiday, the pass to Davis. Let's have a look at the league's top scorers for the past month. To say these guys have been hot is an understatement. 5th on the list, Anthony Davis.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
And he knocks down the first one. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Omer Ashe, he's checked in for Cousins. Solomon Hill comes in for Cunningham. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's E'Twaun Moore checking in for Drew Holiday. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Zach Randolph, he's checked in for Gasol. White comes in for Green. Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Tony Allen. And it's Harrison in for Baldwin. Here's Harrison. He feeds it to Daniels. Off on the layup.
That was a huge face-off at the rim. Two great competitors. Defense took it.
And the basket by Hill.
He delivered that pass right on the spot to his teammate who was on the move.
The Grizzlies trail by 4. Here's Harrison. In the corner, right with it. Carter against Hill. 5 on the clock. And it's Carter penetrating right through the D for the layup. Carter's got 6. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Now here's Moore. Pondexter, no good.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
On that play, you gotta trust your teammates. Instead of forcing that one, just pass it.
The shot's good from Carter.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And Moore kicks to Pondexter. New Orleans moving it around. Hill. It's rebounded by Memphis. Carter outside. Ashik against Randolph. To the middle, trying to find Wright. He's got it now. They now take the lead. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Davis kicks to Hill. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Davis. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. First in steals, 5th in scoring. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys? And they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
The Pelicans shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. No good from Moore.
A shot he knows he needs to make when the defense sags off him. Still a little inconsistent from out there.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
As you look at Zach Randolph, 14 seasons under his belt, half of them with the Grizzlies. He's bounced around, but he has found a home in Memphis. They love him.
And the Grizzlies last season experimenting with bringing Randolph off the bench to try to get more spacing.
Well, you know what? He was a pro about it. He did not complain, whatever it takes to win. He ended up getting plenty of action down the stretch with all the injuries.
Free throw drops for Hill. Both free throws good from Hill.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Here's Harrison. The feed to Daniels. High post try. That one wide left.
You love the closeout on that possession.
I love it because you don't give up on the play. Just that little contest bothered his shot.
Tries from 10. They get it back. He can't get that one. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. To the paint. And finished off by Wright.
That is what Wright is out there to do. An athletic player who always on the lookout to throw it down.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
Pondexter with it. He's covered by Daniels. Off the pick. And that one goes long. And here are the Grizzlies with it. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. That one goes in. And now a 7-point Memphis lead.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Moore. Here's Davis. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Davis has got 9.
It's impossible to stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
Harrison passes to Daniels. Down low. It's tipped. It's stolen by Hill. Fires for 3. Second shot opportunity. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down to 3 on the bucket from Usher.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Right against Davis. Here's Harrison. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
He's off on the first. The Pelicans making a switch here. Thompson's checked in. Good on the second free throw. Pelicans trail by 4. Moore outside. Passes to Usher. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. And it's Wright sending it back.
The length of Wright is tough to deal with. If he's nearby when a shot is going up, he can send it back in a hurry.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Harrison. Pass to Randolph. With 4 seconds on the clock. With 1 on the clock. And the dunk by Wright.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
You know what? When you don't box him out, he will burn you for it. He threw that putback down with the authority.
Let's take a listen now to Alvin Gentry.
Guys, we got to be more solid, okay? We got to be more solid defensively. Now we got to dig in, we got to guard, okay? And then we got to execute our offense.
A lot of things on that list, trying to refocus his troops moments ago, Coach Alvin Gentry.
Yeah, the energy's all right, but the execution definitely could be better with and without the basketball.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Pelicans trail by 3. So on the 4 for Memphis. They've got Harrison. Wright is out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Daniels in at the 2. Now here is Davis. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Davis has got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Pelicans. And Gasol slams it in.
And it does not take much for Gasol to throw it down. Just feed the big man inside, and he's good to go.
And the Pelican shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Here's Cousins. It's rebounded by Memphis. Wright's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Gasol. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And Cousins gets to Holiday. Dishes it to Davis. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Harrison passes to Daniels. And the officials call a traveling violation.
You know, as this game has gone along, his concentration has deteriorated. They've lost way too many possessions from him turning the ball over.
Baldwin, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. And Holiday kicks to Cousins. Here is Cunningham, covered by Parsons. Screen by Cousins. Holiday with the 3. The rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Wright. And the pass to Baldwin. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Well, he's trying to help put the game out of reach. Instead, his poor shooting is keeping the other side in this.
It's deflected. Here's Daniels. He's covered by Thompson. Here's Baldwin, and that one drops.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Some changes for Memphis. JaMychal Green comes in for Brandon Wright. And Allen subbed in for Troy Daniels. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Outside Holiday. Here's Davis. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And Parsons gets it to go.
And even with a hand in his face, Chandler is in total control.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. That doesn't go either for Davis.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Allen passes to Baldwin. The shot is good off the backboard. Baldwin's got 5 points now this quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Defense has been atrocious lately for them. You can't blame him at all for wanting to address that here in this timeout.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Alvin Gentry told his team during the break. He does not think they're giving him everything. He said they've been faster to us all night. Loose balls, rebounds, everything. We got to wake up. It's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We got to seize this game. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
Here's Allen, following the basket by Anthony Davis. Allen kicks to Gasol. Pass to Baldwin. Trying his luck deep. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Pelicans trail by 10 to the inside. Here's Cousins, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Cousins has got 21. For Memphis, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor. Gasol a screen. Green with a screen on Thompson. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Cousins has got 14 rebounds tonight, going after to the right side. Here's Holiday. It doesn't go for him. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Here's Parsons, tipped away. Here's Baldwin, fires it up. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Pelicans shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Thompson with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. Davis setting the pick for Cousins, and he gets the bucket.
How about these big shots for him in the fourth? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Here's Baldwin. Now the dish to Allen. Parsons outside. Allen kicks to Green. 6 to shoot. Gasol. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, the former second-round pick, Marc Gasol, one of the most dominant centers we have in this game.
Two shots.
First one falls for him.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
Gasol hits them both. Pelicans trail by 7. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Back to Holiday. Screen by Cousins. Shot from 12. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Here's Parsons. And another miss by Memphis. The Pelicans have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Over in the corner, Cunningham. Goes back up. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one of them.
And Memphis making a change here. Carter's checked in. And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting it well here in the fourth quarter, 50%. And Davis sends it back. Now here is Holiday. Defense is right there. And Gasol sends it back. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. And so here is New Orleans. Feeds it to Cunningham. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Memphis leading to the paint. It's intercepted. To tie it up. That one off the back iron and out.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
And the call will go against Hollis Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
On defense, New Orleans to the middle. It's stolen by Davis.
Really, it's about valuing the possession. It seems like he's trying to manufacture offense out there rather than just letting the play develop.
Here's Baldwin. He dishes it to Green. Kicks to Allen. It's stolen by Davis. Thompson for 3. Again, the miss by Thompson.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And Tony Allen, a 6'4" shooting guard. His lack of height has never been a hindrance defensively.
No, not at all. Tony Allen feels like he's the 7-footer. He'll guard the point guards. He guards guys like Kevin Durant, probably 7 inches taller than him. But he has a huge wingspan. That definitely helps. And he has a mentality to want to guard the best player on the floor.
The the second free throw, good.
Yeah, that's a big miss right there. Now only a 1-point lead.
Outside Holiday. Davis sets a screen. Holiday dishes to Davis. Chance there to take the lead. Missing.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Green passes to Gasol. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists tonight.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Cousins. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Hunter on the wing. He kicks it to Green. Just 5 to shoot. The 11-footer, and Davis sends it back. And Holiday kicks to Thompson. A good look from Holiday. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
He's been very decisive, very accurate shooting the basketball. Extremely productive quarter so far.
Here's Baldwin, guarded by Holiday. Baldwin the pass to Gasol. Here's Baldwin from downtown. Pelicans pull it in. Davis has got 7 rebounds in the game. Time now for an injury report. We've got a chance to check up on Chandler Parsons' status. David?
Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Grizzlies. They checked out his foot, and it appears he may have sprained his toe on that play. And if he were to be out with an injury now, it would really hurt this team, Kevin, because they count on him to do so many things.
David, thanks for the great update. We appreciate it, and we really hope for the best as always.
And he's a tough guy. My guess is he'll be back before we know it, and better than ever.
And I'm sure his teammates want to see him come back very, very soon.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Zach Randolph's checked in for the Grizzlies. Troy Daniels comes in for Vince Carter. And so Marc Gasol nails both of them.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
That would have been a good time to just keep it simple. No need to rush that pass.
Here's Baldwin. Right side Gasol to the inside. Knocks down the 10-footer. Baldwin's got 9 points here in the second half.
That's a solid pass right inside where his teammate wants it.
Davis sets a screen. Holiday dishes to Cousins. Another shot, and the layup is up and in. Cousins has got 30 points.
Great hustle on display, and you know what? It's paying off with those second chance points.
The feed now to Daniels. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
That's getting it done. He's turning it up a notch now that things are getting heated.
That free throw good from Daniels. Pelicans trail by 4. Down low, here's Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. See some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Baldwin the pass to Allen. Here's Baldwin. 6 on the shot clock. He feeds it to Gasol. Pelicans pull it in. Thompson outside. Off target from outside.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
You know, offense is about rhythm. He has lacked rhythm in this entire quarter.
Daniels, no good. Here's a chance for them to retake the lead.
And they have done well to stick around these last few minutes.
Inside. Cousins, no good.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole different ball game down low when this fella's lurking around.
On the wing, Daniels. To the wing on the left. Here's Baldwin. A shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Baldwin's got 9 points now in the quarter. Pelicans trail by 4. Holiday. The screen from Thompson. Shot from free throw range. Sinks it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
As clutch a shot as I have ever seen.
The difference is he wanted it. There was no way he was letting anybody else take that shot.
Now here's Gasol. Connects.
The calm attitude of Gasol, not letting the moment overwhelm him. Just taking his time and finishing off the bucket.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They trail by 4. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth. Holiday kicks to Cousins. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. They get Marc Gasol.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And no good is the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. Harrison's checked in for Troy Daniels. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. 4-point game, and so they choose to intentionally foul. The first one, and that puts them up by 5.
Tony Allen has carved out a nice role for himself in this league. A big-time defender who brings a ton of energy each and every possession.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Every little bit helps. Outstanding work hitting those free throws.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're losing by 6. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the fourth. We've got 33 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Davis gets it to go.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
He is still on fire. You had to figure he'd come back to earth a little bit tonight, but nope.
Drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And he They cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Well, it's urgent time right now. This is when they got to come up big.
On all these possessions, they have to score quickly.
Buries it. What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3.
That's a great example of the importance of chemistry. He knew where his teammate wanted the ball, and he put it right there. That would have been a good time to just keep it simple. No need to rush that pass.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
And I don't need to tell you guys, those free throws are big. 2-possession game now.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're down by 5. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, coaches tell them take the easy points in a hurry and then foul as soon as possible.
They don't have a whole lot of time left, so that strategy makes the most sense.
19 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Cousins. Some solid defense from Gasol.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Those types of shots are low quality. You're not going to win too many friends on that one.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Here's Davis. And again, New Orleans has no luck. So it's Memphis picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Zach. Congrats on the win. How are you guys clicking and coming together at the defensive end?
We just talking. That's what we hang our hat on, is a defensive end. We're a defensive team. And when everybody clicking and working together, talking on defensive end, that makes us a much better team.
Really looked like you were connected at that end, Zach. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thanks, Kevin. Now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Marc Gasol. What an irrefutable force he was in the fourth quarter. The other side did everything it could to try and slow him down, but obviously to no avail. Shaq, your thoughts?
There's not many legitimate centers in the NBA anymore, but Marc Gasol is legit. You got to worry about him everywhere on the floor. He'll beat you with his D or his post game.
That was some of the most passionate rebounding work I've ever seen. Guys aren't supposed to be capable of getting that many rebounds in a single game. He was just an animal on the boards. It was something special to behold.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports crew, the best in the business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.